Come along, children. Now we're going to have a little music.
What's up, First Cut Gang? This is your boy RB3, and I'm very excited to kick off 2025 with a review for the new Rachel Morrison movie, The Fire Inside, which is directed by Academy Award nominated cinematographer Rachel Morrison in her directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. And it's also written by Oscar winner Barry Jenkins. Now, for those who didn't know, and I really didn't know a lot, to be honest, about this before going into this movie either, but they really didn't start doing female boxing in the Olympics until like 2012. So Clarissa Shields kind of came in really on the infancy of it, coming off of a very decorated amateur career that she built up with her coach, and ended up making it to the 2012 Olympics and winning it all the way through. So she ended up becoming the first woman ever to win the gold medal in this category, really just because it was just created in 2012. And then she ended up winning again in 2016, making her the first American boxer to win consecutive gold medals in history, like Muhammad Ali, all that.
Clarissa Shields is arguably one of the best female boxers that you've never heard of.
So yeah, Clarissa Shields is literally a history maker, the example of Black excellence, the pinnacle of Black girl magic. And this is a story that I really haven't heard be told a lot. I mean, we all know about the Simone Biles. We all know about other kind of athletes that have competed in the Olympics. And I think because boxing is so much affiliated with being considered a man sport that, you know, for a lot of guys, this kind of flew under the radar.
When I got this script, I didn't know much about Clarissa Shields.
But I'm very, very happy to see this story be told because it's truly moving. It's truly motivational. And knowing how much progress had been implemented into the sport of women's boxing, not only after Clarissa Shields, but because of her. Like in this movie, they highlight how, you know, through her journey, she argued and advocated for women boxers being paid on the same playing field as the men boxers, which is a story I haven't seen told a lot, at least in my circles. You know, call me an old school misogynist, but yeah, I didn't know any of this story, and it was phenomenal seeing it play out on screen in such a well executed, beautiful way. They really assembled a dream team of creatives to make this movie possible. Rachel Morrison, like I mentioned before, Academy Award nominee for her cinematography on Black Panther, and also frequent collaborator with Ryan Coogler. And yeah, you know, the look of this movie is undeniable. It's beautiful shots, beautiful composition, you know, a beautiful mixture of underlit boxing gyms and things like that. Well, there's so many nice, gorgeous shots of the city of Flint, Michigan. Sometimes, you know, she has a little boyfriend character in there. They'll be riding a bike through the town, or, you know, just anytime that we see the city or the world is really built out. And of course, when we get to the big moments like the Olympics, like the big fight scenes, those are also amazingly shot too. Rachel Morrison also shot Creed, which is one of the best boxing movies of all time, and you see that those skills kind of come out and flex through the fight scenes in the Fire Inside as well. And of course, like, oh, just a script from Barry Jenkins just laying around. Let's dust this off and shoot it.
Don't nobody want to hear about y'all nasty hormones.
Oh, you don't? Well, I'm gonna tell you though.
Barry Jenkins is one of the best American writer-directors that we have. He's one of my inspirations. I appreciate Barry Jenkins so much for speaking to all of the directors at the Pan-African Film Festival the year I was there, when we had Timestamp showing at the Pan-African Film Festival. He spoke to all the directors. He's a dope dude. So much information, so knowledgeable, and a real cinephile. So you see Rachel Morrison's name, you're like, okay, I'm interested. She's an Oscar nominee. She has a great resume as a cinematographer. Normally, some DPs to directors are usually a dream come true. You know, visually it's going to look good. Then you see the words, the pen from Barry Jenkins, and it's like, oh. And of course, written by Barry Jenkins doesn't mean it's some particularly groundbreaking, form redefining experiment in subjectivity that we may have seen in some other Barry Jenkins movies like Moonlight or If Beale Street Could Talk. But at the same time, though, it is a very well developed character journey that we see a beautiful rise and fall and rise again all throughout this story. And it does it in a way that's not the traditional, she's training, she loses the fight, she gets back up, trains again, and wins another fight. Nah, it's not that kind of blockbuster-friendly story. it's a real character journey inside of Clarissa Shields' world, inside of what she had to undergo and deal with as a person, as a human. I'm going to speak more on those struggles in the spoiler kind of talk. I'm going to get more into spoiler talk in a little bit. But, you know, as we meet Clarissa in this film, played brilliantly by Ryan Destiny, her performance was phenomenal all the way through and through. I was captivated watching her on screen, but also completely sympathetic and empathetic to everything that she was going through. I mean, you know, I'm from the hood. I'm from Compton, so a lot of these struggles that a lot of our people go through is universal. Family issues with money, economic issues, it's real. And we're talking about Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan is historically one of the most benignly neglected areas in the United States. All of Michigan, really, unfortunately. Detroit, Flint, all of that. Also, you remember the Flint water crisis. You remember all these things happen. This wasn't the exact same time, but you can see the kind of economic downtrot that is surrounding this community and how it's affecting not only Clarissa, but everybody around. Her coach, Jason, got to work 3 different jobs just to hold down the boxing gym and also make the money. And then, you know, he can't even travel to a lot of the events because he just straight up can't afford it. And Clarissa kind of internalizes that as him not standing by her. But look, the fact of the matter is he just didn't got the bread. He already losing money, you know, trying to train for free basically at this point. And it's not her fault, and he doesn't ask her for nothing. But, you know, it's a sign of the conditions of this environment, of this area, of the people. And I think moments like that show the youthful innocence of a character like Clarissa. At this time, you know, she's really just a high schooler when she's going into the Olympics training. She really didn't even finish high school when she first competed in 2012. She was going up against people in their late 20s, early 30s, and knocking them out in the ring. But again, she's still a young girl who largely unfamiliar to the world. And a lot of people around her, too, are low-key kind of waiting for her to come up and low-key kind of waiting for her to get on so they could take a little bit of that bread, too. Not in a bad way, not in a disparaging way, but you know how family be. You always want to look out for moms. You always want to look out for your little sister who, by the way, she might have a baby on the way. So you got to take care of the baby too. Not to mention your other siblings and coach who is letting you stay with him because the house situation you're in is so bad. She's trying to support a lot of people. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. And it's tough before the fight. And honestly, it gets tough after the fight. Now, this is where the spoiler territory kind of comes in. So if you haven't seen the movie, you know, check it out before you check out the rest of this review. I'm going to say I really loved it. But if you have seen the movie, stick with me because we're going to be really talking about all the way to the end. Can you really spoil a true story? I don't know, but I'm just going to say the rest of my thoughts. But spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it, we get to the big fight and, you know, that happens like really closer to the second act. And then from there, we spend the rest of the movie kind of trying to figure out how does she make it work now? You know, she won the championship. She won the gold medal. How does she overcome her financial hardships beyond the Olympic run? And she got that little bit of bread, but so many people already had their hands out before she went to the fight, ready for her to, you know, ready to ask for something. Now when she, you know, has the bread and she's able to show love and spread the love to her family and friends, she's back to being broke. She's so broke to the point where she almost pawns off her gold medal, which, y'all, it's real. That's the real struggle. Y'all know, you know, when y'all get to that point, you really start thinking of some sort of solutions to just get that money, get that bread. But at the same time, though, she's also kind of feeling ashamed at the fact that she made it this far, trained her whole life, got to the apex of her career, and is still not able to get to that financially secure place, which highlights to a brilliant degree of the pay gap that women athletes have compared to male athletes. Highlights the unfortunate dismissal of livelihoods that kind of come with professional sports. Like, you know, they call her away to train full time with the Olympics, but they're only going to offer $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month, that's like $12K a year. Like, and this is not a long time ago. This is 2012, 2013. Like $1,000 a month can't do nothing for you now, but especially can't do nothing for you back in 2016 or 2012. That's why I really appreciated the film, not just glorifying the big victorious moments or the huge fight at the Olympics, but also showing you the aftermath, showing you the real complex struggle that Clarissa had to deal with in the aftermath. And that's something that we don't see in a lot of sports movies. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it adds a few more spokes that wheels its way all the way to the finish line. And I loved every minute of this movie. And yeah, I enjoyed this film, y'all. I really hope y'all get a chance to check it out on Amazon Prime Video or in theaters if it's still in theaters. I really hope it's still in theaters and y'all want to check it out. And I am very thrilled that this is one of the first movies of 2025 I get to review. It's definitely, if it's not on my top 10 of 2024, it's going to be very, very, very close, like 11 or 12. So I'm really, really appreciating this movie. And yeah, I dig it. I hope y'all get a chance to see it too. Comment below if you've seen The Fire Inside. And please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to First Cut. We are trying to get back into the rhythm of it. We're going to have an episode of Real Ones coming out very, very soon, probably in the next couple of next day or two. And the reason why this review came out so late is because I have been in pre-production for Urban Space Cowboy, which is my first episode of Urban Luxury. I want to thank everybody in the First Cut family, everybody who watched our live streams and donated and contributed and shared. We crowdfunded, we raised close to $8,000, and we are going to be putting every single penny of that into the production. Not every penny. We're going to be saving $3K to the side to talk, for our PSA 10, which is the bigger budget one. But, we're putting $5K down on Urban Space Cowboy. Brother's been busy kicking off 2024. That's why we haven't really been active on the channel. But we getting back to it, y'all. Subscribe. Hit that like button. Notifies. Comments. All of that. Salute to y'all for watching. Peace out. Fire Inside. Watch that movie, y'all. Please.
Only one can remain.
It's either me or you.
Only one can remain.
It's either me or you.
Take you out the equation.
It's either me